Welcome to Brindavan, a Parthasadi family Samarpanam to our beloved parents, a space for enjoying Vaishnava Sampradaya, Slokas, songs, Divyadesa Pasarams, and much more. Namaskar Uttam Bhagavatas. Today we will see the Arthanubhavam of Slokam 77 of Sri Vishnu Sahasranamam in our Ayiram Namangal, Ayiram Gunangal series. रामानुजदयापात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकं श्रीशैलेशदयापात्रं दीपत्यादिगुणात्मकं यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रम्यजामातरं मुनिम्
विश्वमूर्तिर्महामूर्तिर्दीप्तमूर्तिरमूर्तिमान् अनेकमूर्तिरव्यक्तः शतमूर्तिः
The first nama in Slokam 77 is Vishwamurtihi. Vishwam is universe and Murti is the Angam. He has the universe as his body. Everything resides within him and he resides within everyone as Antaryami or the inner soul. So he is Vishwamurti. Nama is Vishwamurtaye Namaha. Nammalvar in his Tiruvamazhi 6.9.7 sings about how Bhagavan has everything within himself and he is an Antaryami for the universe. He says, Ulahike Uyirum Mana. You are the inner soul or you are the Jivanadi. You are the life matter for the universe. And he says, Arivu Ilayanukku, I do not have any intelligence. And you please give me the arul or give me the blessing and give me that knowledge that you are everything as you are residing within me. Ulagil Tiriyum Karmagadiyai Ulagamai Ulake Or Uyirum Manai Purandakte Alagil Polinda Disai Pattaya Ariveyo Alagil Polinda Arivilayanukku Arulaye. The next nama is Mahamurti. Murti, as we said, is form or the Angam or the body. Mahamurti, he is not only the world, he is huge, he is humongous. He shows his Vishwarupam to Arjuna, which is very well described in Bhagavad Gita. He made the universe. When he became so big, the universe became so small. Similarly, in Vamana Avataram, when he took the Trivikrama Avataram, he transformed himself from a little Vamana to a humongous Trivikrama. And so he is really huge. That is, he is Mahamurti. We will see how Bhagavad Gita describes this Guna of Bhagavan. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, O Arjuna, he calls him Gudakesha. This entire universe, with all its moving and unmoving things like sentient and non-sentient beings, exist in one place in my body. And whatever else you wish to see, you can see. He said, Ihaikastam Jagat Krishnam Pashyadhyasa Characharam Mama Deha Gudakesha Yachanya Drashtum Ichasi. So whatever you wish to see, Ichasi, whatever you wish to see, Drashtum, you can see. Jagat Krishnam is there in my body. All of the Characharam, Andasarasaram, all of the universe is within me, with all its sentient and unsentient parts, non-sentient parts. It is Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, verse 7. We will now see the Nama Deepta Murti. Deepam, we know, is all light, brilliance. He is extremely brilliant, and all the objects that shine in the world is some form of his brilliance. So he gives a small part of his brilliance to the sun, and that we can see how it shines throughout the world day in and day out. When it's day in one hemisphere, it's night in the other, then he goes to the other side and then he starts shining. And that shine of the sunlight is a very small part or a minuscule part of Bhagavan's brilliance. Nama is Deepta Murtaye Namaha. He gives the same reference about his brilliance in Bhagavad Gita, and we will now see that. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse 41, Bhagavan says to Arjuna again, whatever you see, the beautiful, glorious or powerful, whatever you see as all of that, know that it is a spark of my splendor. It's a spark of my brilliance. It's a small part of my effulgence. Yadyat vibhuti mat sattvam srimad ujitam eva va tat tat eva vagaccha tvam mama tejoncha sambhavam. He says, understand that it is part of my splendor. The next Nama we see is going to be Amurtiman. He does not have a single form. He transforms himself into each of the Jivatma and becomes the inner soul of, or the Antaryami. Nammalvar says, Paravandatte alagil polinarisai pattaya ariveyo. He says, you are that formless soul of the countless Mukta Jivas that are in Sri Vaikuntha. Nama is Amurti Mate Namaha. We said he is Amurtiman. He is also Aneka Murti. He takes his own form as wind, water, fire. He takes different forms. He is not one single form. He takes different forms. In Vishnu Puranam, it is said how during the Rasa Leela, he takes several forms to please the thousands of the Gopas. Each one was seeing that Krishna was with them, and they could not see the Krishna who was with the others. So everyone was under the impression, or they were happy that Krishna was exclusively for them. So he takes multiple forms. Nama is Aneka Murtaye Namaha. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, verse 4, Lord Sri Krishna refers to his 8 forms of, or 8 components of his material energy, saying water, fire, earth, air, space, mind, intellect, and ego are forms of his energy. Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu khammano buddhir evacha ahamkara iti yamme bhinna prakritir ashtada. He says Bhumi, earth, nalo, water, vayu, air, and manam, mind, buddhi, intellect, and ahamkara. All these are components of my material energy. Avyaktaha is the next Nama. In his Manusha Avataram, when he took the Rama and Krishna avataram, he lived as a common man among the people. In Rama avataram, he was an obedient son and just did not show his power when Dasharatha asked him to go to the forest. And many a times we see in the Ramayana story that he was a Samanya Manusha, even though he had all the power because he was Bhagavan himself. In Krishna Avataram, he was so loving towards his parents that he made himself to be given away to Yashoda and Nandagopa so that his parents could feel comfortable and ensured that he is going to be alive and not be killed by Kamsa, even though he was Bhagavan and nobody could overcome him. But he doesn't show that out. Namalvar in Thiruvaimozhi sings, Yavarukkum Sindaikum Gocharam Allah. He says, he is beyond the grasp of anyone through mere knowledge. We can never know him through his knowledge. Shatamurti is the next Nama. Shata is only 100, it is a number, but it truly means to say he takes countless forms, as he himself said in Bhagavad Gita, and we have seen it in Rasalila during his Krishna Avatar. He said to Arjuna that he takes countless forms. Nama is Shatamurtaye Namaha. The last Nama in Slokam 77 is Shatananaha. Again it is, he has several faces. In his Vishwarupam, he showed Arjuna his several faces, as he himself said in Bhagavad Gita. Nama is Shatananaya Namaha. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, verse 10 and 11, it is said that Arjuna saw unlimited faces, eyes, all decorated with many celestial ornaments and wielding all the divine weapons. Aneka Vaktranayanam, Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam, Aneka Divyabharanam, Divyanekodyatyudam, Divya Malyambaradharam, Divya Gandhanulepanam, Sarvascharyamayam Devam, Anantam Vishwatomukam. He says, Aneka Vaktra Nayanam, many eyes. Nayanam is eyes. Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam, very divine, very beautiful, undescribable. Darshanam, the sight. Aneka Divyabharanam, Divya Abharanam, the divine jewels. Bhagavan is wearing divine ornaments. So he says, Anantam Vishwato Mukam. All the world is seen within his face. It is Sarvascharyamayam. It is very, very astonishing to see such a sight, as said by Arjuna. To summarize Slokam 77, he has the universe as his body. That strong Bhagavan also resides within everyone as Antaryami. So he is huge and at the same time he can become small. He showed his true humongous form, Vishwarupam, during the Bhagavad Gita Upadesham to Arjuna. He has an extremely brilliant form, and all the objects that shine in the world are a small part of his brilliance. He does not have a single form. He resides within every Jivatma as the inner soul or Antaryami. He takes his own form as wind, water, fire, intellect, everything. Vishnu Puranam says he took several forms to please thousands of gopas, to please them and enjoy him. In his Manusya Avatarams as Rama and Krishna, he did not make his power visible to all of those people who lived at that time. He lived as another person amongst us. He lived amongst the people who lived at that time, though they were very gifted for him to be with them. He takes countless forms, as he himself says in Bhagavad Gita. He has several faces in the Vishwarupam that he showed to Arjuna and made him be astonished. This brings us to the end of Slokam 77. See you all in 78.